Hello, everybody. I'm Tony Craig. This is F1 Grandstand, and of course, I'm back for FP2 in Melbourne, Australia. Now, that was honestly, I slept through my alarm. I don't know how I made it, but we made it. Oh my gosh. Just so you know, a quick time check here in the UK. It's 4:39 a.m. Lots of you were with me for FP1. It was good. Ferrari's looking good. Red Bull's looking good. Where were Mercedes? And yeah, we're going to be back FP2. I'm just going to try. I'm trying to, because I didn't want to leave you waiting, because I've literally just rolled out of bed. I need to clean my glasses. This is good content, isn't it? Yes, Kyle, I see you. Welcome back, everybody. Right. Sorry. So, because honestly, I have just literally woke up. That's why I took my hat on, because I've not even had a chance to brush my hair. I know. He said Tony better get his double shot of espresso. I know. Yeah, I am live. Hang on. Whoop. I'm just giving my 11:40. Good morning, Alan. 11:40 p.m. in Niagara. Oh, wow. 4:30 a.m. guys. But listen, I can't moan because it's not that many. Truthfully, it's not that many Grand Prix, is it? That us Europeans have to do this. You've been brushing your hair? No. Oh my gosh. But we're here. We're on. We've made it and we haven't missed it. We're all good. We are all good. And just make sure everything's on properly. Yes, great. So, how you all doing? Yeah, now which oak? No, which oak? Now, no, was it now with, now which? I don't know what that means. I'm trying to understand your name, now which oak? Can't pronounce it very well, obviously. Jeremy's in there. Yeah, I need a coffee sponsor. Or an energy drink. I know what I've got. I tell you, full of caffeine. I've got my Diet Coke. Oh, Gisette. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gisette, for that. That's very, very kind. It makes a big difference. Thank you, Gisette. Ah, lovely. She said, thanks for being a fab host. Here's some espresso money. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. I tell you what I'm going to do. Because obviously, this is just Friday morning in the UK. So obviously we've done FP1 already. Now we're in FP2. I am back at 7:30 GMT for Friday Night News live. And then I'm back for, we're getting towards the business end. We've got FP3 and then qualifying. So let me just check my schedule because I want you all to be, but thank you so much, Gisette. That's so kind. So yeah, so there's a lot to do today. So obviously we've got this one now. We've got FP2 now. I've got Friday Night News as normal, 7:30 GMT. And then we get into more racing. So it'll be FP3 and qualifying. We get into the business end. So tonight, after Friday Night News at 7:30, we're back on at 1 a.m. Back on at 1 a.m. UK time for free practice 3. And then I'm back on again at 4:30 a.m. for qualifying. And then we get a bit of rest. And then we're back at 4:30 a.m. on Sunday for the Grand Prix. Wow, Gemma, queen of the chat, up at this time. So yeah, that is the schedule. It's a busy one. So yeah, we've got a lot. Friday's going to be busy. So yes, it's Friday, the 7:30 Friday night live news show is going to be as scheduled as normal. So we have got a lot. But if you missed FP1, what did we learn? Well, I'll tell you what we learned. Look at that. You can still see the data from FP1. Leclerc and Hamilton. Leclerc and Hamilton at the top of the chart, baby. Ferrari showing us they still are leading the way with reliability. That engine is bulletproof. Pace, Leclerc was quick, obviously, finishing P1, Hamilton P2, Verstappen and Hadjar. The interesting takeaway from the Hadjar and Verstappen run this morning is, look how close they are to each other. Hadjar, 3/10. Hadjar within 3/10 of Max Verstappen in his first season in a Red Bull. If he manages to maintain those sorts of gaps, Red Bull are going to have 2 cars scoring points, which is what they didn't have last season. Lindblad, that was my next point. I can see that Kyle beat me to it. Lindblad, P5 this morning. Very impressive. After having a problem when he first left the garages, the car stopped at the end of the pit lane and they had to push the car back. Now, I don't know whether it was a Lindblad problem or whether it was a car problem, but they did have to push the car back down to the garage. But there, to put a P5 timing is very good. You can see the Mercedes. Are they still sandbagging or do they just lack pace? That's the real question now. We've all been saying through testing, Mercedes, sandbagging, they're sandbagging. But didn't show any pace in FP1 today. Not really. And then the other big takeaway from this morning. Well, I suppose it is this morning. It was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Audi, Bortoleto and Hulkenberg, P9 and 10. That is a very, very good showing from Audi with that new power unit. I mean, it's there's some good takeaways from FP1. Kyle says if Red Bull finished 3rd and 4th, that's a great start for a new engine. 100%. We've got to remember, Red Bull and Ford, first time out with an F1 engine. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Audi are looking good. ETA for FP2. It starts in 13 minutes. Newies on the television. Yeah, we've got, I'd say, 13 minutes. As you can see, this data's all resetting for the next session, which is why it looks so ugly on the screen. But within next 10 minutes, so it's a bit annoying that actually. Let me just get rid of that. So just whilst they reset our data going into FP2, I'll try and fill the screen. Do I look out of focus? By the way, chat. Do I look a little bit blurry? There we go. We are reset. Right, I'm looking to see. I think I look a little bit out of focus, a little bit blurry. It's either that or it's my eyes, bear with me. Here we go. And that's better. I think that's better. I think I'm back in focus now. Yes, we're on. We're good. Odzilla, no, I went to sleep. Honestly, I felt like I felt as though I had just fallen asleep when my alarm must have gone off. I didn't wake up from my alarm. I woke up like it must have been going off, and like 5 minutes after my alarm, I woke up and it's like, God, it's 4:30, I should be on now. So yeah, it's crazy. So Uran says, our resident F1 engineer, keep your eye on the peak RPMs of the different cars. You may see something interesting. Well, actually, I did see the highest RPMs I've seen were, I think, with 12,500 on the Ferrari. I wonder what RPMs we'll see on the Aston Martin. I bet they're not running at full RPMs today. Do you know what? We need a sponsor for this show. Diet Coke, feel free. You can come and sponsor us, or a coffee sponsor. Can you imagine if I'm doing the streams and the shows, and in the middle of the stream I go, pull out a coffee machine, an espresso, or a Sage coffee machine, push a button, you have to watch it being made, and see me going, Today's show brought to you by this lovely brand of coffee. You'll all be laughing at me. You'll all be laughing at me. Yeah, so Alonso's car, are we seeing his RPMs? Hadjar's car is on in the pits. We're seeing his, if you look, his RPMs are going up, so his car's switched on. Yes, Alan. Yes, Alan. And do you know what? I like that comment. Oh, yeah. There you go, Gisette. You're a Coke Zero gal. Yeah, honestly, just it's refreshing. Alan. Okay, Alan, right. Looks like Fred has built a beauty. First of all, yes. Loic Serra, Fred Vasseur, the guys over at Ferrari have built a beauty. That engine, by the way, looks like a peach. And the guy who built that engine, Zimmerman, I think it's Wolf. Is it Wolf Zimmerman? Wolf Zimmerman. He was the one that designed that power unit that we all see in that Ferrari today. Yet he got poached by Audi last year, and he's now over leading the Audi power unit development. Now, I thought that was interesting because last year, 25, I was going, do you know what? Ferrari's power unit's going to be a bag of spanners. It's going to be awful. Otherwise, why did Zimmerman leave Ferrari before he'd even seen his baby out on track? I was thinking, it's not a good sign for Ferrari, this. Anyway, Zimmerman leaves Ferrari during 25 season to go to Audi. And now, look at it. He must be looking at Ferrari's engine going, looks great. I designed that. I was the lead designer on that, and he hasn't got to see it in within the team. So he could have been basking in that glory at Ferrari if that engine is as good as it looks. But the other thing about Fred is, I did a show last year that said Fred's got 5 races, and it's because what was coming out of Maranello was that basically John Elkann was so furious with how Ferrari finished the season last season that he would have fired Fred, but because Fred was leading the development of the 26 car, it would have just been probably too much of a risk. So they basically said to Fred, look, you got 5 races. You know, if your car's, you got 5 races to save your job, basically. And this was before anyone had seen the 26 car other than the simulator. And now look at it. This Ferrari is looking very good. And now the rumour is Fred hasn't got 5 races anymore. He's now got until the summer because John Elkann, but what John Elkann's point is, and Ferrari board, is that they want to win World Driver Championships, not come second. And, Fred Fred gave him that promise that he can, that he was going to do that. So this is the year. If he doesn't do it by the end of this year, if Ferrari don't win the constructors this year, I don't think Fred gets to stay, is what I think. Jeremy says, didn't Ferrari pick up Alpine engineers? They must have done, because there's been that much movement between teams. I mean, the biggest shocking one, which I've gone on about before, is that Red Bull took 40 staff. Between Red Bull and Racing Bulls, they moved 40 staff between the teams. 40, without any difficulty. And that is why we shouldn't have A and B teams in Formula One. Before I get on my soapbox, we shouldn't allow it. Well, they're not going to allow it, actually. They're not going to allow it, actually, because by 2029 they're going to get rid of that. So Racing Bulls will actually be sold. Who will buy it, though? That's the question. I've got my own theories. I did a video on it. I think because of the relationship with Ford, I think the most likely candidate to buy Racing Bulls and to become a works team in their own right is probably Ford. I know some people say Horner, but I think Horner will already be settled in a team by then. Oh, did they, Jeremy? So even the Alpine engineers said that the Ferrari engine was better than the one they'd seen from Mercedes. Gianni Banni slept for 1 hour 45 minutes. I think I got about an hour. I'm waking up a bit now. The Diet Coke's helping, full of caffeine. You're helping from being here. But yeah, feeling back at it. If you're watching the stream, you're very welcome to get in the chat. The best F1 community on the internet. Come and say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. And I will take you around this data that we've got on the screen so you can understand it. And it's just to enhance your viewing experience. So obviously we've got the track below me. You'll see the cars coming out on track in just a couple of minutes. 3 minutes time for FP2. You'll see them as live as they go around the track. And then the right of your screen is where we have the bulk of our data. You can see all the drivers. Then you've got all of the tyres that they are currently on, the amount of laps each driver has completed, what their last lap time, what their best lap time is, what the gap is between first, i.e. the fastest, to every other driver. Then we have sectors 1, 2 and 3. Which is brilliant because those sectors 1, 2 and 3 are broken down into mini sectors and it's all color coordinated. So if you see a green mini sector, that means that driver has done his personal best. If you see a purple mini sector, that means they have gone fastest of all. If you see a yellow mini sector, it means they have not improved on their previous time. So do me a favor, as you are all joining the stream, smash a like on the stream before you forget. Everyone push that like button because it really does help the success of the stream. So if you are watching right now, click that like button. Let's go. Especially if you love Formula One and you're excited for Australia 2026. Smash a like on a video just for that. Auxilla, lucky here across the pond this round. Still 11:51 p.m. Auxilla, it is 4:58. Coming up to 5 a.m., baby. Oh, you watch Yes, Nakarishina, watching from South Africa. Lovely. Great. What time is it there? What time is it in South Africa right now? Oh my gosh. 7 a.m. Oh, so you got a coffee on the go. It's funny, where's Sema? See, Sema, great, Sema's brilliant, but he's in Australia and he watches our streams. It's always 7 o'clock in the morning for Sema when he jumps on. It's always coffee time. I think so I wonder what time it is for him right now. Yeah, Zikev says, think we will see the real form in this practice. Hopefully, it's still Ferrari at the top. Yeah. Oh, 700 for Ree. Oh, 700. 7 a.m. in South Africa, Alan. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Jeremy said he'll be back shortly. Here we go. Here we go. They're getting, it starts in 10 seconds. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we are going to see some quicker times. I think we're going to see them out on the softs. FP2 is a time when we get to see quite often some nice hot laps. The Hulk is out on track first. I tell you, the Audi livery is growing on me. I didn't like it at first. I do agree the grey is very similar to the tarmac on the track when you look at it from the front. Yeah, I think it is. I think the grey is a little too much like the colour of the road. But I do like it. I do like the orangey red. It's growing on me. I think some of the cars, even the Ferrari, I didn't like the Ferrari livery when I first saw it. I thought, oh, too much white, too much white. I like it red. But it's kind of growing on me as well. Cadillac's still my favourite. Aston Martin just looks like every other Aston Martin, except they're going with a satin finish on the green. Yeah, so as you can see, just below me, the track, everyone's out on track. We're back, baby. Brick by Frank. Yes, we are. We are back, baby. You had to back up 12 seconds to sync with Apple. What, are we ahead or are you ahead? What, my data's ahead of yours or your Apple's ahead of mine? Oh, George Russell. Oh, George Russell's lost his wing. Arvid Lindblad. Arvid Lindblad just took hit George Russell's front wing in the pit lane. So George is having to get a new front wing put on. Wow. So lots of you joining in. Lovely. Shatan's in there. Alan's in there. Zed Kev. That's hilarious. Oh, did you see what happened? Right. So I'll tell you what. If you've not got pictures, let me tell you what happened. They're in the queue. George Russell's pulled out of his garage, waiting at the pit lane, and there's a queue. And Arvid Lindblad, sort of left a little gap as if to say, "After you, George." George was like, well, that's not how it works. You've got priority. And then George started to pull out and Arvid Lindblad to move forward. It was like one of those situations where it clips George's front wing. Oh, gosh. George would be annoyed about that. Hamilton. Kev said, they treated George like a Beamer. No one lets him out. Yeah, no one likes a BMW driver. Yeah, that's funny. He's in a Merc, though. So, if you just joined us, this is what you're looking at. You've got all the data on your screen. Track with all the cars on, live. Look to the right of your screen. You've got all of the data here. All the drivers are in a list, 22 drivers, the tyre they're on, the amount of laps completed, the last lap, time, the best lap time, the gap between anybody and first. Then you got the sectors 1, 2, and 3. Again, if you see those little green mini sectors, that means that driver has gone his fastest, his personal best. Wow, Hamilton nearly rear-ended someone on the pit straight. Wow. The green sectors are that driver's personal best. Yellow sectors mean they haven't improved. Purple mini sectors means fastest of all. And if you see any of the little blue mini sectors, that means they've just it's an in lap or an out lap from the pits. That's it. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Then you've got the gear that the car is currently in, the revs that the engine is currently pulling, and the speed. Actually, on that, let me just see if I can make that a little bit. Let me just see if I can make that a little neater. Just trying to make it a little bigger. Right, there you go. So that's a bit clearer for the speed in the final column. Yeah, so that's all the data you've got. So you can use all that information. So what you can do, if you don't have pictures, you can see where the car is on track and you can match it up to the gear they're in, the RPMs they're pulling. And like our resident Ferrari engineer said, who's in the chat, he said, keep an eye on the RPMs. He said something interesting might happen. The highest RPM I've seen is around 12,500. So look at Hamilton coming down the main straight now. We can see he's in 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th gear, pulling 11,400 RPM coming into turn 1. Hamilton, 7th gear, going to turn 3, down to 2nd. And it's great because you can see which guys are sort of doing very aggressive, gear shifting into. You'll see Max Verstappen shifting down to 1st gear in certain corners, and you can do a comparison. Yes, if you're watching for the first time, get in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Come and say hello. Armand, welcome. I see you in there, buddy. Waylon's in there. From Oklahoma. Excellent. Love that. Shaitan, then hopefully as season progresses, they show progression step forward, race by race, mainly newest designs, and the 3 additional upgrade opportunity allocation periods. My other messages above. My mindset right now is a huge Alonso fan. I'm going to treat it as if I have no expectations with Aston Martin Honda current struggles. Well, I'm not letting them off the hook. I'm not. Aston Martin and Honda, as terrible as it is, their current situation, and that Honda power unit really could possibly cause permanent nerve damage. I could get all these problems, but no, get it sorted. You got the dream team. Like, do it quickly. You've got. I think the progression needs to be steep. But George Russell's on a lap now. Faster times on the hards. Yeah, the track, the evolution of the track, Auxilla. This track's going to get quicker and quicker over the next couple of days. A lot more rubber down now. FP1, 0 rubber down. A lot more rubber down now. And it'll get quicker and quicker over the weekend. So we'll see, I think. Plus, the cars obviously are getting optimized. It's a first Grand Prix. So I'm expecting everything to get quicker. And I've not forgotten, Auxilla, your prediction. We by the way, if you haven't done it already, get involved in this. We're doing predictions. What we think the pole lap time's going to be tomorrow. What do we think the pole lap is going to be? Yeah, so Auxilla's got 1:16.8. I said 1:18.23. Get your predictions in for pole. We're taking it one step further, baby. We're not just asking who's going to be on pole. We're asking what the time's going to be on pole. Zkev still saying 1:19.3. I mean, we've got a 1:20.9 there with Hamilton on the softs. Oh, sorry, on the hards. Old guy chat's gone for a 1:15. It was 1:15 last year. That's bold. Could be. I'll be impressed if it is. If the pole lap is in a 1:15, I'll be very impressed. Because that's not what anyone is expecting. Everyone's expecting to be around 2 seconds slower. Ish. Hey, Peter. Good morning. Everyone's expecting to be about this generation of cars at this early stage to be about 2 seconds a lap slower. Antonelli's gone quickest. Just a tenth quicker than Hamilton. So we didn't see that sort. We didn't see Mercedes have any pace in FP1. Were they sandbagging? Are they going to reveal themselves now? Yeah, definitely Auxilla. Auxilla says, I think there'll be a lot of battery deployment learning these next 2 free practices. 100%. I think so. Watch Max Verstappen on that, because I think what I'm learning is Max Verstappen works it out, right? The quickest way to get around the track from a battery point of view. He's the first to work it out, and everyone goes, oh, that's a good idea, we'll copy him. So when Max dropping down to first gear in turn 1 in Bahrain, he was the first to do it, and then everyone started doing it. The Divine Icons, yes, welcome to the chat. We have a happy Lewis, yeah. Lewis is buzzing, absolutely buzzing at the moment. So Piastri's on a quick lap. He's done his personal best, as you can see by the green mini sectors in Sector 1. He's had some green mini sectors in Sector 2 and in Sector 3. Let's see where he can put this. He's gone fastest. He's got a purple mini sector in 3. Wow. Piastri. Piastri goes to the top of the leaderboard. Piastri in his home Grand Prix there, putting a 1:20.6 up on the board. Norris had to retire from FP1 actually quite early. He had a was it a gearbox problem? I think it was a gearbox problem. I can't remember. Yeah, Reese Cup, good point. I figure Haas would be doing better. Well, Behrman, yeah, they didn't show. I thought Haas would be fighting it out with duking it out with Audi. Ocon and Behrman not quite found the groove just yet. This is the time to do it though. FP2. Let's see. Let's see if the Haas can show a little bit of pace. They look good in Bahrain. Paul Tutti's put his guess in. He's gone 1:16.8. That's the same as Auxilla. Yeah, you two have picked the same pole time, 1:16.8. That's quick. I mean, that's 4 seconds quicker than we're seeing at the moment. Could be right. Maybe I've been a bit conservative with my 1:18.2. Yes, Gisette. Piastri's homegrown GP. He's got his own stand. He's got the Piastri stand right opposite the McLaren garage. Wayland, good. I just caught Wayland's chat. Well, everyone copies, but Ferrari, because they seem to have gotten their turbos nailed. Well, this is the thing, right? We know Ferrari's turbos are smaller than some. They spool up quicker. And we know Audi have got a massive turbo. We know Mercedes have got, I think, a bigger turbo. And it doesn't look like so far has it sacrificed top end performance. Not yet. Alonso's out on track. The Aston Martin is on track. It's going very slowly. I'm trying to look for I wonder how that's vibrating. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Alonso's car, but it doesn't look great. So Alonso is out on a lap. Is he going to try a push? Is he going to try a push lap? That's the thing. We've got no idea where that Honda engine's at or where the Aston Martin's at, to be fair. Yeah, the Divine Icons. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Aston Martin are out and about. I was watching them on track, and it just does not. It looks like a bag of spanners. Well, actually, it doesn't look like it. You can tell there's something seriously wrong. But yeah, it is a bag of spanners. Auxilla Super Chat. We will see the difference in turbo size performance in Mexico, where the air is thinner at altitude. Yes, Auxilla. That's actually a really good point. The Mexico Grand Prix is at super high altitude, and it did affects a lot of things. You know what my real question is, though, Auxilla, whilst you're on Mexico, is all these cars suffer from low downforce. I mean, Mexico is at such a high altitude, downforce is even more of a problem. How are they going to solve that? I mean, that's a big thing, Mexico. Yeah, how are they going to find some downforce in Mexico, high altitude? And you're right, turbos. How the smaller turbo we might see a big difference between, say, the Audi. Audi have got the biggest turbo on the grid. Thank you for your super chat, Auxilla. Very much appreciated. Sema, they're allowed to change the rear exhaust housing on the turbo, or are they fixed? I think, look, do you know what? We're getting really techie in the regulations now, but I think that the turbo and the rear housing for the turbo is homologated. That's what I think. I think they're homologated. So I think if they wanted to change it, it would have to, yeah. So Kev says something, once the engine's homologated, that's it. Yeah, I don't think you can change it. It is what it is. It's positioned, yeah, it's all set. Thane says the drivers might turn off straight line mode before braking in Mexico. Interesting. Yeah. So I think we'll see that. Yeah, Mexico will be interesting for those points. Kimi Antonelli out on track. Oh, George Russell's gone fastest on the softs. So only the Mercedes out on softs at the moment. They mustn't have liked not being at the top. Oh, Alan says Alonso didn't get a time. No, he didn't. So just to remind you, when you're looking at the data on the screen, where you see the little blue mini sectors at the end of sector 3, that tells us that car has come into the pits. That means it's an in-lap. When you see those little blue mini sectors in sector 1, at the beginning of sector 1, that means it's an out-lap. Like we've got with Stroll right now. Lance Stroll making his way out on track. But Russell and Antonelli on the softs up there at the front. So Piastri on the hards sitting around 6/10 behind Russell's time. Yeah, Hamilton. Hammer time on the hards. He's gone P3. Slightly quicker. Wow, 1,000th of a second quicker than Piastri. Yeah, Kev, absolutely. Here's a good lap for hards. Thane says, kind of sad that Piastri's matching the Mercs on hards. Yeah, well, McLaren have said that they are not expecting to be P1. They say they know they're not, you know, it's not like last year where they're coming out dominating. They know where they're at. They say they're going to be in the front few teams, like there and thereabouts, but they don't expect to necessarily be P1. Mr. Pengu, welcome to the chat. Yes, by the way, good reminder. By the way, I'm asking you to tell me what you think pole time's going to be for qualifying. Mr. Pengu's put his time in. He thinks it could be 1:19. That's closer to mine. I think my pole time of 1:18.23 is pretty ambitious. And then we've got Auxilla saying 1:16.8. We've had a 1:15.9, I think, as well. Yeah, just showing Bono on camera. I think he'll be rooting for Mercedes. Sorry, I think Bono obviously rooting for Kimi Antonelli, but I think he'll be rooting for Hamilton a little bit as well, I'm sure. Yeah, Audi must be wrapped. Great form. Yes, Emma. Audi, I'm telling you, they'll be buzzing right now. For Hulkenberg and Bortoletto to be up there, if Hulkenberg and Bortoletto get through to Q3 in the Audi, they'll be absolutely bloody delighted. Auxilla says, keying off what Uran said, how long until Papa Stroll stops shopping for another engine manufacturer? Auxilla, oh my God, exactly. Like Papa Stroll, he doesn't strike me as a type of man who accepts spending $1 billion or £1 billion on the team and sitting at the back. Papa Stroll's going to be furious. There's no doubt about it. He's a billionaire. Billionaires, you know, pay for something. They want the result. They're not patient people, billionaires. They're just not. So what does he do? If Honda don't... I mean, I think Adrian Newey, because he's dealt with Honda before and he understands how they work. I think Papa Stroll is definitely going to be less forgiving. And that timeline... I mean, I can imagine Papa Stroll going into Honda and bashing some heads. But who? Who does he go to? I'd be ringing Ferrari. I'd be trying to get that Ferrari power unit right now if I could choose. Yes, a Stroll 7 seconds off. That's not... He has to do better than that. Because don't forget, the 107% rule is in full force. So in qualifying, if he's 7 seconds off the pace, he's not going to be there, is he? Not close enough. He's going to have to do better than that. Yeah, exactly. Zkev says the same thing. Oh, Shaitan says he's not letting Aston Martin off either. But I'm not losing entire hopes yet, mainly because Newey, also Cowell, currently overlooking Honda works with the engine power in Suzuka, Japan. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. They put the crisis team together. Andy Cowell is good at with power units. Honda have made many championship winning power units. It's not like they don't have the skills within that factory somewhere. They just need to work it out. They don't need to, they just need to fix it. And do it quickly. But the big thing today, this weekend is, can they go a race distance? We haven't seen them do a full race run. Not in pre-season testing. Can they get a race run here? Well, when we listen to Adrian Newey, where he says that the vibrations are that bad it could cause permanent nerve damage for Lance Stroll after 15 laps, or Fernando Alonso after 25 laps, like that obviously is a problem. But if they have improved things a little bit, where they can at least get a race run done, collect more data for Honda, because Honda sort of promised a solution by the Chinese Grand Prix, which is next weekend. So that's only another week. It's a lot of work to do in another week. I mean, maybe they'll make a few steps for this weekend and more for next weekend. But Wayland says Newey probably wishes he took the Ferrari job. Well, he wanted the ownership. Well, more power, more responsibility, more headaches. So we've got over 300 people watching right now. That's great. Do me a favour, smash a big thumbs up on the video. Smash a like on the video while you're watching. And get in the chat and tell me what your poll time prediction is in the chat, because I'm interested to see what you think. We've had a good spread of suggested times for the poll here in Melbourne. So get in the chat, say hello, but do smash a like on the video for us right now, because it makes a big difference to the success of the stream and the channel. It really means a lot. It's the way YouTube works. So if you just spare a moment to hit a big thumbs up on the stream, very much appreciated. But do get your times in. Auxilla broke into the 119s. Oh, they have. You're right. I missed it. Antonelli's down in the 119s. Ooh. Okay. So Auxilla's prediction of 116.8 might be not looking too wild. Thanes thinks a 116.6 for pole. I'm with 118. I'm with you, Divine Icon. I've got a 118.2 for pole for me. Thane says Science probably thinks he should have taken the Audi seat. Oh my God, yeah. And why didn't he? His dad, Carlos Sainz Sr., has got a brilliant relationship with Audi. Audi built his Paris Dakar car for a start. Like, he could have driven for Audi. He could have been the perfect driver for Audi. He should have done. Yeah, Gisette. Great super chat from Gisette. Mercedes ain't sandbagging anymore. That's true. The maybe are the lifting the kimono. Lifting the kimono. Old guy chat says I stand by my suggestion with a 115. I'll take it. It's if they can equal the pole time from last year in the 115s, amazing. Dave Smith says, don't care, just as long as it's Oscar. Well, it's a tough look. It's a tough ask for McLaren, honestly, to be on pole this. If McLaren, I think their expectation is to be sort of qualifying in the top 5. I think if Oscar's around there, I think that's probably about right, looking at the cards so far. But a 117.1 for Dave Smith. All right. Lindblad still up in the top 5 at the moment. And then, yes, good point. Haas. Haas for the first time creeping into the top 10. Yeah, Thane. Haas are knocking on heaven's door. Like, I know when we did our driver finishing predictions for the Grand Prix, I was torn. So my P5 was Pierre Gasly. It's not looking too clever, that now. I've not seen anything from Alpine that's made me convinced that Pierre Gasly is going to be my P5. My other choice was a Haas driver of Ollie Behrman. And I think Thane said that he predicted Behrman P5. I think he could be right now. I think my Gasly prediction and Alpine being further up the grid, fighting at the top of the midfield is not good. Leclerc's out on the hard tyre. He's on it. And actually, if you look at his time right now, Gisette, he's got his, if you look at the green mini sectors on the data on the screen, that means he's doing his personal best. And Leclerc has gone fastest. He's got a purple mini sector. He's going to improve now. We're going to see Leclerc improve. Leclerc is definitely going to improve this lap. Yeah. Verstappen's out on the medium tyre. Leclerc's gone P3. Couple of tenths quicker than Hamilton. It's so much nicer to see these Ferraris really jostling for position. Oh yeah, Thane. You agreed with me. You said Gasly as well, didn't you? That's right. I think Behrman's looking like probably a better one for P5 at the moment. These Alpines, what's going on? Like, how are they so bad at the moment? I don't believe Alpine are sandbagging, put it that way. Reese Cup says, everybody's saying Lewis can't match Leclerc. One thing Lewis has never stayed away from, having a great driver on the other side of the garage. He accepts the challenge. Exactly. And he's got one of the best. And this is that's what I'm saying to see Leclerc and Hamilton just duking it out punch for punch. You know, we see them both like very close. Sometimes it's Hamilton, sometimes it's Leclerc. I think that's great for them. And I think that's probably where it should be, right? I think if we see them, you know, almost taking turns in... Hamilton's gone quicker than Leclerc. This is what I'm saying. Duking it out. Hamilton, Leclerc. That's what it should be. Gisette, in with a super chat. Anything is better for Ferrari after last season. I couldn't agree more with that. Exactly. But the sad thing about last season was that we saw Hamilton sort of... I mean, he got obliterated by Leclerc. Leclerc absolutely, you know, dominated him in the teammate driver versus competition. It's not going to be like that this year. It's going to be a lot closer. Wow. So we've got over 400 viewers right now. Brilliant. Please do me a favor. Smash a like on the stream. It makes a big difference to the success of the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe to the channel. It's not just watch-alongs. We have daily live news shows and loads of other content. Check out the channel. Lots of content. It's a really good place to hang out. We've got the best community on the internet, the best F1 community, I promise you that. So do smash a like on the video, do subscribe, and when you do subscribe, make sure you've got the bell all icon ticked behind the subscribe button. That way you don't miss any of our content. So yes, thank you so much. Great to have so many of you on. And do say hello in the chat as well. Gisette says Ferrari will be iron sharpening iron. Yes! Love it. That's it. Both drivers pushing each other to the absolute limit. And that's what you want in an F1 team. Sometimes, as long as you can manage the egos in the team. If you've got a driver who is pushing you to your absolute best, I think that's what we might get with Leclerc and Hamilton this year. Bolty, you're funny. I'll take it. Old guy chat. Leclerc will be... Hamilton, Leclerc will be 1-2 looking at this stage. I've got, listen, just to remind you what my predictions are. Yeah, so my predictions are P1, Leclerc, P3, Hamilton. I'm predicting a double podium for Ferrari this Grand Prix. Alonso slower than Stroll, Jeremy. Look, it's just amazing that they're putting it out there. Paul Tutty, is F2 and F3 are putting rubber down? F2's here, aren't they? Yes. Yes. F2 and F3 are here. Rubber is going down. The track is evolving. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Peter Arnold says, on current times, where would the 107% time be? Well, God, you're asking me to do maths. You're asking me to do maths at 5:34 in the morning. So current best lap, call it 120. So 10% would be 12 seconds behind. So if 10% is 112, then you're going to be talking 7% is going to be 7 seconds behind. Yeah, they've got to be within, they'd have to be within about 7 seconds. And that's very rough maths at 5:30 in the morning. So right now they'd be just inside of the 107%, I think. Gosh, stop making me do maths at 5:30 in the morning. Just in with the super chat. Number 44 was having a nervous breakdown. Lost his dog. I know. Roscoe. That was such a sad time. If you ever lost a pet, it's like losing a family member. It's a very sad time last year. And like I said, because of all the stuff that was going on with Hamilton, it's a bit of a downer when you saw him in interviews. You know, and it's terrible. But yeah, it's nice to see them both duking it out. Thane says, Hamilton is the stone which Leclerc sharpens his sword. Oh, Thane. Listen, I love it. I love the fact that everyone's got different opinions. I love it. But you got to remember, Thane, like, credit where it's due. If Hamilton takes a big step forward this season, you have got to say, you know, he's in with a chance. And if him and Leclerc are duking it out, you know, maybe that 8th world title's possible. You know, that's all I'm saying. I do love the fact we have difference of opinions here. Maybe Lance Stroll's going to win. Maybe you are the Lance Stroll fan in the chat that thinks Adrian Newey and Honda are going to turn it around, and Lance Stroll is going to find a rich vein of form, and he's going to win the World Driver Championship. And if that's you, that's fine, because all opinions welcome. As long as you can validate it. I love it. And if you are watching right now, you are so welcome. So glad you found our channel. This is F1 Grandstand. If you need me to take you around the screen, I will. We've got all the data, live track. Do me a big favour though, over 450 watching right now. Do smash a like on the video. Let's see, we've got 61 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes live on this stream, because you're excited that F1 is back, baby. If you are excited that F1 is back, put a big thumbs up on this stream. It makes a big difference to the success of the channel. And also, if you are brand new as well, get in the chat. What we're asking, the big question in the chat today is, what is your pole time prediction for tomorrow? We've had everything from 1 minute 15 seconds to 1 minute 19 seconds. But get in the chat and tell me your predictions for the pole time. Super chat, Gisette. Hammer against the sword. It's like, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like an Avengers thing or something. It's like superheroes. The hammer and the sword. Thor's hammer. And Conan the Barbarian's sword. Oh, we just had an off actually by one of the Ferraris. Just went a little bit wide there. Turn 3. Looks like turn 3 can be a little bit problematic. Hamilton going a little wide at turn 3 there. Max isn't taking any these corners anywhere near as wide as Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari are using. Actually, I'm watching. Yeah, they are using every millimeter of the track. Piastri snuck in a fastest time after me saying, don't expect Piastri to put a pole lap in, and his home lap, look at him, that is a crowd pleaser for everybody in Melbourne. Piastri has gone fastest with the two Mercedes on hard tyres, by the way. No, they're not. They're on soft tyres. The data coming through, that's not right. The data on the screen, sometimes it glitches for everybody. It's not just here. I can tell you that the Mercedes are on soft tyres. They are not on the hard tyre, as advertised on the data on the screen. Everybody's on soft tyres apart from Norris, who's got the hard tyre on, and Sainz, who's got the medium tyre on. So the Alpines are out on track now. They're out on the softs. Let's see if they can improve their pace. Yeah, the only person who's a battle for hammer was Thor. Excuse me. Conan the Barbarian, though, he had a sword, didn't he? Kyle. Oh my God, Kyle's comment. Thane says, yeah, Thor and Hannibal Lecter. Oh, Kyle. Oh my God. Excuse me. Yeah, so yeah, we're at 77 likes. Oh, I'd really love us to get to 100 likes on this stream before the end. With about 20 minutes left of FP2. And don't forget, by the way, if you are watching for the first time, so when this watch along finishes, every day on F1 Grandstand, we have our daily live news stream, which is fully interactive. Everyone gets in the chat. I do a live news stream at 7:30 Friday night. So do join us for that as well. There'll be more watch alongs, obviously, for all of the sessions through Melbourne. But do join us for our live news tonight. It's 7:30 as well, where we'll be talking about all of the day's Formula One news. So do join us for that as well. 7:30 tonight. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Make sure the bell all icon is ticked. And get in the chat and say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. Atlas! Yes! I'm listening to Hamilton's POV. He's asking the engineer about where they are losing time. Feels like we're in Q3. Oh, yeah. Well, I love the fact that he's doing that. Like, Hamilton's come to play, hasn't he? Working so hard. Working so hard. How can he improve his lap? How can they find a 10th or even a 10th of a 10th, a 100th in performance? Hamilton is not messing around. I love it. Sean Jackson, welcome to the chat, my friend. My predictions are... Sean Jackson says, my predictions are Alesi in P1, Hill P2, Schumacher P3, Coulthard P4, Hakkinen P5. Da-da-da-da. We've gone back to what? 1994? Brilliant. I'll take it, Sean. I'll take it, Sean Jackson. But the predictions we're after is, what do you think the pole time's going to be? Last year's pole was 115.096. What do we think this year's pole time is going to be? With these new cars, brand new regulation, can they get in the 117s? Auxilla, great super chat. I knew McLaren were being suspiciously quiet. Do you think they've turned up the engine mode to beast mode? Yeah, Norris has been Norris had a problem with his car. Yeah, just actually Atlas, just to tell you about that. Atlas says, I'm a bit shocked seeing Merckx ahead of Ferraris while on hard tyres. Right, just to clear that up, the data we're getting from Formula One AWS, that's not correct. They're on soft tyres. They're on soft tyres. Sometimes the data can be a bit glitchy for everybody, for anyone who gets the data. And that is what everyone's getting. So those, it says hard tyre. It's not. They're on soft tyres, just to clear that up. Yeah, they're on softs. Is qualifying going to be this time tomorrow? Yes, qualifying time tomorrow is going to be... I will be streaming from 4:30 a.m. and the qualifying actually starts at 5. So yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning, same time. Qualifying, and qualifying is going to be great. You've got to join me for qualifying. It's going to be great. Auxilla says they might still have tyre water advantage. I'm pretty sure the tyre water thing's been stopped, hasn't it? Brilliant. Just I'm a novice at all this, so bowing out. Have absolutely no idea who will pole or what time, but of course I want either Lewis or Charles. Well, listen, Gisette, I'll give you a quick rule of thumb. So last year the pole time was a 1:15. They what the FIA said about these new regulations, they said, oh, these cars are going to be about 2 seconds slower. I think they've looked a little bit slower than that actually in qualifying. In Bahrain. So my guess was around 1:18.2. Thane's coming with a 1:16.6. And he thinks it's going to be lower. Auxilla said a 1:16.8. And I tell you, old guy, was it old guy chat? I think it was old guy chat who said in the 1:15s. He actually said in the 1:15s, and he's sticking with it. He could have done us all here with his prediction of a 1:15. Sort of be, getting close to last year's poll. Kyle's brought out a good talking point. Lawson will be replaced by Yuki after race 2 if he doesn't improve. I tell you what, if Lawson gets beat by Lindblad, and Lindblad's up there, he's been faster than Lawson all day today. Yeah, I think that's a problem. I think if Lindblad jumps in that Racing Bulls car and beats Lawson this weekend, I think that could be a problem. And I like Lawson. I think Lawson's got potential. But if a rookie gets in that car and beats you like first Grand Prix, same equipment. Yeah, Auxilla. Yeah, Yuki is the reserve driver for Red Bull, basically, and Racing Bulls. So if anybody out of Red Bull or Racing Bulls, they need removing, Yuki will get the seat. Yuki will get the drive for sure. But Piastri still at the top there with 13 minutes left. Everyone's out on the softs now. So this last 10 minutes, you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to go anywhere because now we should see these hot laps. Balls to the wall. Let's see what we've got. But Mercedes holding 2 and 3. Let's see if the Ferraris are coming to the pit. So I'm expecting the Ferraris to come out for another session on some brand new softs. Let's see if they can get to the top of the pile. Thane, the problem is that even if Merc barely get the edge on Ferrari in quali, it won't matter. Ferrari will overtake at the start and easily create a 1 second gap by the end of lap 1. Exactly. We've all seen those starts in Bahrain. The Ferrari starts are on point. Zikev, right, I've gone upstairs to my office and at 1 a.m. to work now. Oh, the deprivation. Yeah, you'll be fine. Get a Diet Coke, get a coffee, grind it out. Oh, yeah. Looking at Gasly, my prediction for him, P5 is not good. And the Williams of Albon and Sainz down in the back as well. Work to be expected. Ocon, Behrman, P10. Hulkenberg and Bortoletto. Let's see. I'm expecting all these teams to try and put in a hot lap in this last 10 minutes. Bolty says, I thought Red Bull would look a bit stronger. Well, Max Verstappen, when he was talking, he didn't feel that they were going to be challenging for podium. I've got Max Verstappen. I predicted Max Verstappen to finish P4 at Melbourne. But the Red Bull looked very good in FP1, didn't it? I think everyone's turned up the wick a little bit now. So maybe even the Mercedes may be showing some true pace. McLaren, I mean, that's actually that time could be better than we think. Norris a second off the pace to Piastri, and we know Norris doesn't do well. Where he doesn't like that being that far, being behind his teammate. Like, you shouldn't do well being behind your teammate, to be fair. But look at that though. If you're George Russell, you're not going to be too happy about Antonelli being a 10th quicker than you either. Nobody wants their teammate to be out in front. Zkev says, Daddy Stroll is buying Australia and cancelling the race last minute. Auxilla with the super chat. Thank you so much. Get your super chats in. Thank you, Auxilla. I will say, if the split stays relatively the same during the race, we might see the back markers lapped 3 times. Oh, the humiliation. Back markers getting lapped 3 times. So Cadillac and Aston Martin getting lapped there 3 times potentially. Even Williams. I mean, Williams don't look great either. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a bit humiliating. To be, you don't getting lapped 3 times is not good. But it is the start of a new regulation cycle. Oh, is that Hadjar that's gone off? Oh, that's a bumpy one. Yeah, Red Bull going very wide there, damaging the underneath of the car. Yeah, that's Max losing bits of his car, pushing, trying to find the ragged edge, trying to find that limit in the Red Bull. And yes, he went off-piste, right over the gravel. Whether he'll get out again, I'm not sure whether he'll get out again in practice. Yeah, that you're right, Auxiliary. Max definitely lost parts. Sema says he couldn't even help Max last year. Lando off the racetrack with all that weaving, just a tosser. Yeah, it was Max. Oof. Perez coming out. Okay, yes he is. Let's see if Cadillac can get a little closer. They've got by my reckoning, they need to be within like 7 seconds to make sure they qualify for the Grand Prix. I mean, Bottas is within 4 seconds, so I don't think I think they'll have no issues. Leclerc going wide there as well. Saved it before he went into the gravel. Yeah, so I don't think Cadillac are going to have a problem qualifying at this rate within 107%. So Kimi Antonelli ruining Checo's hot lap. Bloody hell, Sean. Sean Jackson. Mark Genet. Gaston Mazepin. Gaston Mazepin. Might get laughed 4 times. I want some of what you're smoking. Leclerc went off turn 1. Auxilla Super Chat. I can't wait to see the race start. Even if the Ferraris qualify 3rd and 4th, they both might be 1st and 2nd by T1. 100% Auxilla. Listen, if you saw Hamilton and Leclerc starts in Bahrain in the Ferrari, they could qualify 9th and 10th and end up 1 and 2 by turn 1. Their starts were unbelievable. They've such a huge advantage on what they've done. Yes, so there's lots of you watching right now. Over 500 of you watching. That's so good. Get in the chat, say hello, tell us where you're watching from. And a quick reminder, do subscribe to the channel. We do daily live news as well. It's not just watch-alongs. And we've got our next live news tonight, 7:30 GMT, where we'll all get together and we'll discuss today's Formula 1 news. So do subscribe to the channel, and make sure you've got the bell all icon ticked so you can keep up to date with all of our content. Go have a look around the channel. See if you like it. It's good fun. And we've got a great community. And also, if you are watching, please do smash a like on the video. If you're watching right now. Oh, yellow flag. Yellow flag. Cadillac. Cadillac, Perez. That did not last long. Perez has stopped, causing a yellow flag. That has not lasted long for Perez. Yellow flag, 5 minutes to go as well. Will they get that car moved to safe? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we're going to get any more hot laps, though. Safety car for the last 5 minutes. Driver cameras breaking up around turn 4, turn 5, according to Atlas. Poor Caddy. But you know what? Let's speak about Cadillac. What they've achieved is remarkable. You got to remember, they had 0 staff, no factory, no previous car, no nothing. They just had a dream and bought a Ferrari engine. To even be at Melbourne, and to be within 107%. Is remarkable. And Bottas is still driving, still going, and he's within 4 seconds. He's well within 107%. But it is what Cadillac have achieved is honestly quite remarkable. And from the back, we will see them progress throughout 26. And what Graham Loden said in an interview this week, he said, all we want to do right now is we'll be happy if we're racing other cars, even if it's near the back. If he's racing the likes of Alpine, well, he'll definitely be racing Aston Martin, but he wants to be racing. Atlas, exactly. Yeah, we won't. Zkev says, damn, we won't see Aston set the fastest lap now. It's a lost opportunity. I know. This session's going to finish under a yellow flag, I think. Yeah, Cadillac too. But Bottas had his eye in for a P1. Oh, so we're back. They've cleared the car. We've got 3 minutes now of hot laps. Let's see. Last 3 minutes. Let's see. Hamilton on a hot lap now, maybe. Let's have a look at the data. No, I think he's teeing himself up for a hot lap. This one does not look that good. Lindblad, look at his Sector 1 time. He has gone fastest out of anybody in that first mini sector of Sector 1. Lindblad has been impressive today. I mean, he's way ahead. Lindblad's half a second quicker than Lawson. Half a second. That's huge. I don't think Hamilton's going to improve here. Just to be clear, by the way, everyone's out on the softs. I know it says some drivers are on mediums. Everyone is on the soft. Now Hamilton's on the soft. It's the data that we're getting from the tyre data from Formula One. For everyone who gets data, it's glitching. They're on the softs. They're all on the softs. Is Lindblad going to improve? I mean, Lindblad's been very impressive today. Oh! Hamilton is on the softs. On the hards. Oh, so Leclerc's on the softs. So Leclerc's on the softs and Hamilton's on the hards. Okay. So it's actually wrong on Sky Sports F1. Yes. Oh, right. We've got the right data. We've got the correct data. Sky Sports F1 have got the wrong data. Look at that. We've even got better data than Sky Sports. How about that? Thank you. Thank you for the correction, chat. So our data that we have here is correct. Sky Sports data incorrect. So look at that though. Piastri's P1, the two Mercedes, Antonelli quicker than Russell. Oh, so actually, Antonelli and Russell are on an outlap. Let's see. Well, Leclerc's not going to improve. Honestly, I mean, one of the big takeaways from this session is Arvid Lindblad. Arvid Lindblad's just finished his session in P8. Liam Lawson is P13, half a second slower than Lindblad. Can you imagine the conversations in that in that garage when he goes back in? That is a problem for Lawson. That the Red Bull Racing Bulls will not accept that. Lawson's got to find some pace, because if Lindblad out-qualifies Lawson, I think there's going to be conversations in that factory. I did say that I think that his seat is the most at risk. But Lawson should be feeling a little bit of pressure after this practice session. Piastri, though, doing it for the home fans, putting it P1 with a 1:19.7. Antonelli keeping George Russell honest by going faster than George Russell. Hamilton quicker than Leclerc, two Ferraris. Verstappen P6. Norris a long way off Piastri, a second slower than Piastri. And then a brilliant performance Lindblad up there ahead of Hadjar, Ocon and Behrman. Hulkenberg, Audi still looking strong, P12. Len Lawson, P13. Bortoletto, P14. Albon, P15. Gasly down in P16. Then we got the Williams of Sainz, P17. Colapinto, Bottas, Alonso, Stroll, then Perez. Ooh. I mean, there's quite a few things to take away from this free practice section. I mean, one, were Mercedes sandbagging a little bit? Have they found an extra setting for their power unit? Quite possibly. Hamilton going quicker than Leclerc with Hamilton on the hard tyre. Has Hamilton found a new Hamilton setting? Is it hammer time, baby? Oh, they're going to do I think they're doing a practice start. Oh, they are. Let's see Ferrari's practice start. Oh, no. It's just Lindblad doing a practice start. I don't think it's an official one. Nos Nefet said, I don't think Lawson's anything to worry about. We haven't even finished round one. I think as a driver, though, if you're half a second slower, even in free practice, you've got to up your game for the next session. And like I said, I think round one, that's the point. If he doesn't qualify, if Lindblad out-qualifies in round one, Lawson, when Lindblad is brand new rookie into F1, I do think that's going to... Red Bull are not very patient. And I think some hard conversations will be had. And I think it'll give him a shake-up. Because you can't let... your rookie teammate can't be out-qualifying you. Hamilton's fastest time was on softs. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, to be fair. That makes more sense, to be fair. It is 5 a.m. Yeah, you're right. 6 a.m. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he finished the session on the hards, but his fastest time was on the soft, of course. Sema says, sorry, Liam, but kiss your seat goodbye for Japan. It's yeah, it isn't a good look. So what do I expect? I expect Lawson to improve in FP3. I expect qualifying to be very interesting, so you don't want to miss any of those streams. Sicilian, hey guys, I'm in Perth. I'm working at the moment. I hope you guys are having fun. I can't wait for the weekend. It's Tim here. I changed my handle. Yes, Tim. Nice to see you in there. And if you are watching for the first time, make sure you get in the chat and say hello. I will be back later today at 7:30 GMT for our Friday live daily news show. Please tune in for that. And then I'll be back after that for FP3 and qualifying, where we get to the business end of Melbourne Grand Prix, baby. It's getting exciting. And yeah, Leclerc's start was good. That Ferrari's just going to get off the line, isn't it? That's the one thing we can guarantee. The Ferrari is going to get off the line very, very well. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back tonight for our daily live F1 news. I'll see you all then. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your super chats. Thank you for all your likes on the video. Brilliant. Really, really cool. Yeah, and if you're brand new, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you've got the bell all icon tick so you can get notified of all of our content. And hopefully I'll see every single one of you at 7:30 GMT tonight for our daily live news show. Ta-ta!